I
Hello,
see we're
everyone. Yes, we are live. Thank you,
live.
everyone, for joining in. I see that there are already people have logged in, so I hope everyone can hear us.
Do put up a comment that if you can hear us so we know what's going on
Yep.
and we're in the loop.
Excellent. There is no comment, so I'm going to take it as a yes, everyone can hear. So before we start,
Oh, there we
thank you,
go. We can
Lisa.
hear you. Okay, perfect.
Wonderful. So before we go start today's webinar, just wanted to give you a little bit of information. This is an ongoing webinar which we have. This is the first webinar for this year. So happy New Year, everyone. I'm sorry, I forgot to wish at the starting itself, but thank you all for joining in. We hope everyone had a great start to the new year. So we have been running this webinars active series for quite a bit now. So if you have missed any of the webinars, please go to QuestionPro YouTube channel. You will be able to see all the webinars which we have done previously. Right? Excellent. That being said, let me give you a quick introduction. Hello, everyone. And like I said, thank you for joining in today. So today's webinar is something which is going to be a little bit biased because we are Question Pro employees, right? So it's called the Battle of Platforms, Question Pro versus all. So like I said, I'm Arun, as you can see my name. I'm thrilled to have you all here as we are going to dive into this head-to-head comparison of leading survey platforms, right? So I have my co-host with me in here, Malvika. Let's hear about you.
Hey guys, hey everyone. Yes, we are Question Pro employees. But I think I want to stay as neutral as possible when it comes to the battle of platforms because I think it's important to know what we have and what we don't have. So yeah, I'm gonna stay in that neutral zone as much as possible. But of course, it's going to be a little bit biased. So see that coming. But my name is Malvika, everyone. I work with university in the US, all universities in the US, moving from Qualtrics to Question Pro. So my main enemy right now is Qualtrics, so be aware of that. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I love traveling. I don't think I've gone a month without traveling. I just came back to from traveling, just a weekend trip, but still, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction, Malvika. So, well, since we have a lot of people joining in today's call, so if you're here, chances are you have either worked with the platforms like Qualtrics, SurveyMonkey, Google Forms. Potentially, you might even be a customer of Question Pro, right? But with so many choices, how do you know which one is right for your organization, right? That is exactly what we are going to uncover kind of today, right? As surveys are more than just collecting responses, right? They drive critical decisions in research, like customer experience, employee engagement, and product feedback, right? But your platform choice affects everything from cost and ease of use to analytics and security. So let's dive uh,
And not
and
to forget support as well, right?
True, I'm so sorry. Something which we, kind of boast, yes, because we have been getting a lot of positive reviews and responses that our customer support is the best out there in the market. So I'm sorry I missed that. So let's look into kind of the survey platform landscape, right? So with since survey platforms it has evolved significantly over the years, right, with organizations now having access to a wide variety of tools that are tailored for different research needs. On one end we have basic survey tools, right, great for quick feedback and simple data collection. These platforms are like Google Forms, Microsoft Forms. These are widely accessible, but to be honest, they have limited functionality when it comes to advanced analytics and automation, right? On the other end, we have enterprise grade platforms like QuestionPro, Qualtrics, and SurveyMonkey too. Now, these tools are designed for deep insights, offering AI driven analytics, right? Automation. panel management, and seamless integrations with CRM and business intelligence tools. The major trend shaping the landscape today is obviously the rise of AI and automation, right? Everyone is investing on AI in today's world. It is in a way, it is making it easier than ever to analyze qualitative, predict sentiments, right, and generate real-time insights. Now, additionally, security and compliances are becoming top priorities. We need to run HIPAA compliance surveys, right? We also need to ensure that we are not collecting personally identifiable information by ensuring respondent anonymity assurance, right? So these are very crucial and critical and also becoming top priorities, especially for organizations handling sensitive data, right? So, yeah,
Sorry, I'm
Malvika.
just going to interrupt here since we're talking about, the survey landscape itself. I just want to share a quick story or a quick background.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you all know about Vivek, who is the founder and CEO of QuestionPro. So just want to let you know that, how Qualtrics kind of QuestionPro came to being. The when Vivek was in school, when he was doing his master's thesis, a question pro or a survey platform was kind of something he developed with the CEO of Qualtrics together. So one of those branches or one of those products was Question Pro. One of it is today is known as Qualtrics, and there's another one. They actually developed three different platforms. But yeah, that's kind of, it's so cool to see that the CEO of QuestionPro and Qualtrics used to work together and kind of, does about 50% of the market share when it comes to enterprise, platforms. So just a quick snippet about that.
No, true that. I thank you so much. You know that when you shared the story, we can also say that choosing the right survey platform kind of now depends on your specific needs as well, right? Because whether it's simple data collection or to have a very deep analytics of the survey which you have fielded, or advanced customer and employee experience management, right? At Question Pro, we focus on delivering a flexible, powerful, and scalable solution to meet a variety of research needs, from academic institutions to nonprofit and to large enterprises. So let's look into what should be key considerations in your platform selections, right? So we can kind of divide this into four segments, right? When selecting a survey platform, what usually we look into are these four major factors, right? Cost, features, customer support, and scalability. Okay, so let's kind of go through one by one. First, let's talk about budget or the cost, right? It is a it's a big factor. We cannot ignore the cost at all in today's world, right? Even though there are a lot of investment going on the AI part of the world, but also, recession talks are being there, right? The inflations are going up. So how do we keep up? So cost is something which is a major factor, right? And to be honest, many platforms lure you in with a low entry cost, right? But once you start adding features, the price is going to skyrocket, right? I'm gonna, might not be bad mouthing, but I'm sorry if it is. It comes out that way because I'm gonna take an example of Qualtrics itself. It's for sure, right? There is no question, there is no doubt. It's a fantastic platform, but enterprise level pricing often makes it very unaffordable for smaller organizations or smaller teams, even for individual users, right? On the other end, SurveyMonkey is kind of affordable. I don't want to say it's very affordable, but as you scale up, you will realize that many essential features are kind of locked behind, and then you will need to pay more. Uh, will have to go on a higher pricing tiers. Google
Yeah,
Forms.
I think, sorry to interrupt right here. But yeah, I think when you're using SurveyMonkey, and this has happened to a lot of my customers too, is like they start using SurveyMonkey, it's doing great, no, and then they need to do something a little bit more difficult, and they need to like upgrade. They need to upgrade even more when there's it's not flexible enough, and they come to us to see, hey, like I'm paying way too much to SurveyMonkey right now, and the same thing with Qualtrics, I guess, but Qualtrics is a little bit way more expensive, but yeah, how much flexibility, not just for today, but tomorrow when you need to run something that's a little bit more complicated, how much is it going to cost you in the long term? That's what you need to
Exactly.
think about too,
True.
right?
Imagine when you are in the middle of the license term or your contract with any of the providers out there, and then you realize that, hey, there are features missing, and then you want to unlock those features. That's when they will come with a hefty price tag, right? And it'll be very difficult as well, right? We have had many customers who has come in because of those reasons. Exactly, they kind of offer you with attracts you with a very lower price, and then when you need something, that's when the hefty price tag kind of comes in.
And I'm just imagining like they've been using it for like a year or two, so if they have data in these platforms, and now they need to move platforms, the amount of time and effort it takes to go ahead, move platforms, and then move to a different survey platform for that particular feature, because they can't afford it anymore. So think long term too, like when you're choosing anything, any platform for that matter, is it going to do all of my needs? Don't ever look or settle for a temporary fix, because at the end of the day, you still want your data, right? No matter what, data is so expensive any which ways. So yeah, think about it
Yeah,
that way
true.
too.
Yeah, that brings to our second point of discussion: features, right? Surveys should be more than just a form with questions. You need logic, you need branding, the data analytics capability, and automation, right? While the platforms like SurveyMonkey and Google Forms are great for simple surveys, uh, at times they lack the depth needed for real research and kind of business decision capabilities, right? With QuestionPro, obviously you get the depth of an enterprise tool without the complexity or the cost barrier, right? And the other thing which I want to talk about is customer support, right? It is imperative no matter what, right? Customer support stands as a very pillar to for considerations, right? Imagine
Yeah.
sending a, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
And no, I just want to share a quick story here. Another one of those. But basically, I had a student and she was trying to, use one of these survey platforms. I don't remember exactly which one, but they
Mhm.
said you need to pay like $6,000 to be able to even access customer support. So it shouldn't only be like available to people who are paying customers, but also to the free ones, because you're going to try it before you do anything, right?
Right.
Also, how much are they available and how much can they answer? And even then, customer support, yes, great support, but like account managers like us, or customer success managers like someone else from our team, who are going above and beyond to make sure that every unique solution is there for that unique person too. So is someone going to pick up, if you pick up the phone and you have someone available, okay, this person is responsible for me, this person is responsible for my university, I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, what like how can I help you and how can I make your survey better? Do you have that person when it comes to any platform for that matter again, right?
Right, absolutely. That's where we shine too, right? We offer
Hmm.
24/7 live support and dedicated customer success team, right? Ensuring you never feel stuck. Which is why when you go into Question Pro tool, on the bottom right itself, you can see a live chat support window. Hey, if you're designing a survey or if you're stuck at doing some kind of analytics, you have support, and that's a human support too.
Yep.
We are heavily
100%.
invested onto AI, but then when it comes to support, to be honest, I've had this terrible experience with be it banking or be it telecommunication, that is cell phone, right? I'm stuck in the IVR.
I
And
know, like, I think, and a huge line too, right? We don't have a huge line when it comes to support. You will get someone within 60 to 80 seconds is our turnaround time for our customer support via live chat. So go ahead, use it. And they're
yeah,
like product experts too. Like, they're not people who are just, okay, yeah, I don't know what you mean, so let me just transfer you to someone else. They're people who know the platform inside and out.
correct. And we don't ask you to Google what needs to be done.
Oh, that would
Sorry.
be nice. Like, Chat GPT, what needs to be done?
Exactly. That brings to our next point, scalability and flexibility, right? So your needs today may not be your needs tomorrow. While Google Forms and Microsoft Forms is great if you're running a classroom quiz or a very basic survey, but if you're scaling up and you need advanced logic, advanced analytics, and integrations capability, you're going to hit a wall fast, right? And that's where we are kind of built to scale with you, from be it again a small organization or a large enterprise. We also listen to you, and if you have suggestions or if you want some kind of features to be implemented, we listen to you and we will work with you to get that features. And that's how we, and that's why we are also kind of, I am boasting, but it is true, we grow with you.
True,
Right?
100%. There've been
Yeah,
times where I put in like a feature request and it's done within the next quarter because it is highly requested and we put in a priority order for our university people. So yeah, 100%. We try to make sure that things are done in a timely manner for you. I mean, not again, not to boast. I think I was trying to stay neutral, but I can't help it. I'm sorry. But yeah, and also like we are small. We're not too big. I think we're small enough. We're big enough, but not too small and not too big to be able to not care for our customers, in that sense. Whereas Qualtrics, I think Qualtrics and SurveyMonkey, in fact, they're very big and, you know, have been acquired multiple times by financial institutions. It's hard for them to be able to like care, if I should
true.
say that word.
No,
But yeah, like someone, we are completely bootstrapped, so it definitely helps. Um, but yeah, that's something that you should also think about is do your account executives or the salesperson actually care? Are they listening to you? And do you find the platform to be scalable for you?
right. That kind of reminds me something which our uh, CEO Vivek has said. Right, we are small enough to care, also big enough to handle your queries or your request.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to use
Right?
that. Yeah, that's smart. That's
I know,
exactly
right?
what I meant too.
Exactly. So now kind of let's move ahead. I know we are kind of going biased, but I'm welcoming our audiences. Be our judge, right? Though we are gonna we will not be intentionally bad mouthing our competition, but that's not something which we do. But if you feel that way, please, put in your comments, be the judge today. So moving on, feature comparison, ease of use, right? Now, when choosing a survey platform, ease of use is a critical factor, right? You want a platform that's simple enough to get started quickly, but powerful enough to handle complex research needs. Now, let's kind of take a look at how some of the top survey tools compare. Qualtrics, absolutely powerhouse in the enterprise space, but with that power comes a kind of a steep learning curve, right? It's packed with features, but unless you're an experienced researcher, it can be at times overwhelming. If you're looking for a quick deployment, it might not be the easiest choice. Now, SurveyMonkey, on the other end, uh, is a very user friendly, yes, but that
You
simplicity
really
all.
think so? Because I found, like, I was trying to use SurveyMonkey the other day,
Mhm,
and I found it just like Qualtrics. Like, it was really difficult for me to do it. But I do like the colors and everything it has. That's kind of
mhm.
cool. But I didn't find it that easy to like go ahead and start using. But
No,
maybe it's just my opinion. But yeah, I find the colors really nice that we have on Question Pro. Is I mean, it's the brand colors. So I think I mean, I would never change those. But yeah, I think the colors are bright, and I love the monkey. But I don't think it's easy to use.
No, it's true because the reason is being, it kind of lacks the advanced logic and customization.
Mm,
When you go into, or, you unlock that higher tier wherein you're getting
mhm,
those kind of advanced logic and customization, that's when it becomes uh, much more complex, making it kind of, less effective for more complex surveys. It's great for basic surveys, but, you know, can be limiting as your need grows. For an example, like Google Forms, that is the simplest option out there, right?
mhm.
If all you need is a
Kind of
quick form,
very similar to Question Pro, actually, the
right?
interface, right? And I think that's what we were always going for. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, I really like it. I actually like Google Forms, although I would just use Question Pro because it's free for me. But yeah, I like Google Forms too.
No, I agree with that. It's very good. It's the user interface is nice, more like what we have, right? But
Mhm,
not exactly what we have because our UI UX designers work day in day out to make it way too user friendly, right? And that is why when you use Google Forms, it also when it comes to kind of data analysis or putting in survey logic and professional customization, if we may call, it kind of falls short, right? That's where
mhm,
we come in. It's the best of both worlds. Easy to use, yet powerful, right? It features an intuitive interface, very user friendly. And I'm not sure, was it this happened Monday? Someone from South Dakota State of University, right? Their IT admin, they did tell me that, that's he is the one, he has used Qualtrics, and he's
mhm,
also using Question Pro. And what he
mhm,
informed us was, he told me when he started using Question Pro, he fell in love with instantly because it's that easy to use,
mhm,
right? He was explaining how complex it is to kind of create or understand things on Qualtrics. And that's why
mhm.
I'm going to say this again. That's why Question Pro is best of both worlds, right? Easy to use and powerful. We feature.
Okay, here I'll probably come up with something that's a little crazy, but I kind of like Qualtrics in the sense that um, when we're talking about something a little bit more advanced,
Mhm,
like let's say JavaScripting, right? Question Pro has some limitations. Of course, we have a JavaScripting team itself. They'll be able to do everything that you want, and they're so amazing. Um, you know, um, and they're even cost effective, so they can go ahead and do things for you. But when it comes to Qualtrics, there are a lot more resources available for JavaScripting. I can say that, to create those arithmetics, create means, and then use those means during the surveys. So
mhm.
I find Qualtrics can do those a little bit better than Question Pro. Of course, we're getting there, but that's one thing that I do actually like about Qualtrics when it comes compared to Question Pro. Of
True.
course, like since I've been using Question Pro and I've learned how to do it, but it's a
Mhm.
little bit easier when it comes to the ease of use for those things in
Okay.
Qualtrics rather than Question Pro.
I mean, I do want to ask this, but at what cost,
Oh yeah,
right? Which is why at
right.
the end of, yeah, which is why I want to say, at the end of the day, the best platform is one that balances usability and functionality, right? If a tool is too complex, you will spend more time learning than surveying, and it's going to
Hmm.
cost you too, right? Not just time. Time is also money, right? And if it's too
True.
basic, you're going to outgrow it fast, which is why Question Pro is designed to be user friendly while offering enterprise level features, giving you the best of both worlds, right?
Hmm.
That being said, feature comparison, advanced analytics. Malvika, do you want to talk about more?
Oh, yes. I think we have the best analytics in comparison to all of them. I know I'm being very, very biased here, but we have Question Pro BI. And if anyone on the call is already using Question Pro, reach out to me or Aaron, and we'll be happy to get you started with Question Pro BI because it's the most amazing analytics platform. Literally anything that I wanted to do, it'll do. Um, Other than print my surveys, but it's interactive. It has AI. It will tell me everything that it needs to know. I think it's actually a little bit better than Tableau. And don't come out for me, but yes, it does a lot of things that Tableau can. I mean, it still cannot do a lot of things that Tableau can do, but it's a little bit easier to use compared to Tableau. And it's also cheaper than Tableau, just letting you know.
Absolutely, right. It's yes. We kind of call it uh, Question Pro BI is way
Mhm.
powerful than using Tableau. If you have Question Pro license, you also get the Question Pro BI, right? So Question Pro BI is for surveys, more like whatever reports you're going to run on Tableau. You don't have to do that. You can run it on Question Pro BI. It's much more powerful that way.
And like it's a new platform that we have bought up, so you have feature requests, just let us know. We do have we are developing a lot of things on the platform itself. There's so much that's going on in BI and the analytics world with AI going on that we are happy to go ahead put in as many requests as you need from Question Pro, and you get even if you're not a paying customer of Question Pro BI, you do get to create one dashboard for yourself, and you can add as many questions as you want from different surveys, different data points. You can bring into one dashboard that can be shareable, interactable, things like that. Of course, Google Forms should not even be in the competition for this one. I don't think that's even fair to include Google Forms or SurveyMonkey in that case because it's not able to do those things. Yes, Qualtrics will definitely become the enemy here, but even if we bring in Question Pro BI, it really really loses. So yeah, it's not even about the price. Even if we take out the price and just concentrate on the analytics, right?
Right.
When we talk about just basic analytics that Qualtrics can do, Question Pro can definitely do all of those. But when we are talking about advanced analytics, Question Pro wins and definitely does a lot more than Qualtrics can ever think of doing. Um,
We
yes, you
have
can do conjoint analysis in Question Pro, and it is actually the same type of conjoint analysis that you can do on Qualtrics. You can do it on Question Pro as well.
true.
So yeah, you don't even need Question Pro BI for that. But yeah, you can do that ahead on Question Pro. And if you want, just I think you already have my details, so you can just email me if you have any questions about that.
Absolutely. Moving on, right? Survey logic and customization, right? This is something which is very important, right? If your survey logic is weak, your respondents may get irrelevant or kind of repetitive questions. Let's look into how the platforms compare, right? Qualtrics, advanced logic, but it's too complicated to set up, right? On the other hand, SurveyMonkey, it has limited logic and limited customization options. On the other end, Google Forms, yes, when it comes to advanced survey logic and customization, they shouldn't be in the competition, but they are very basic, right? That's where we also again outshines. We have advanced branching, advanced analytic capability, piping text, and complex logic paths without the hassle. With Question Pro,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, just gonna interrupt again. But yeah, when we talk about Qualtrics, I was setting up a survey because we do this. We're developing this application, or we have developed it, and we're now on phase two where we're kind of migrating Qualtrics surveys via API to QuestionPro, and we want to do the same thing with Logic. It's a nightmare to do it on Qualtrics. I'm so sorry, guys, but putting logic on Qualtrics does not make sense to me. And it's like, okay, for each and every question, I need a branch, and I can't do it in part of a question. It needs to be, and the whole, I don't understand the map itself. It's really complicated. For someone who has done like thousands of surveys on Question Pro, understands logic inside out, I find it really difficult to do it on Qualtrics. And it took me more than it should to just create a normal survey on Qualtrics versus what I would do on Question Pro. So, I think a lot of people are experienced with Qualtrics, so they find it easy. But it's one of those things where when you're moving away from like, I know I did this because everyone has done this. So moving away from using Word on your desktop or on your laptop to actually doing it on the cloud, right? There were challenges, there were differences between using it on Microsoft or using Google Sheets. There are a lot of differences, but at the end of the day, it's so much more effective. It's so much more better, right? To store things on the cloud, you can, use it on the go. I think that's what's the difference between Qualtrics and Quotient Pro. It's the same thing because technically it is. And I think when it comes to logic, Quotient Pro is way better because it's easy to set up, first of all. And there are some logics that are not available on any of these platforms. And one of my favorite logics, actually, on one page within like to decrease, survey fatigue, which is a huge problem. If you're on this call, you already know about it. To decrease survey fatigue, you want to ensure your respondents are clicking as less as possible. So they're not going from one question to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So to decrease that, we've enabled on-page logic with show and hide. So within one page, based on a criteria, let's say I'm a female, my next question will be shown hidden based on the question on the first one. And I don't have to move to the next page to be able to do that. None of these platforms, whether it's Qualtrics or SurveyMonkey or even Google Forms, have that. You need a normal page break to be able to do such kind of logic, which is, I think, um, well, it is what it is, right? But that makes Question Pro a little bit better, a lot better.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you're looking for data, you're not looking for anything else.
Right. True. So let's move on to our next, the integrations capability, right? So kind of when if your survey data doesn't exist in isolation, right? It should connect with your CRM, analytics, and other tools, right? Now, how do Question Pro stacks against the others? We integrate well with most of the CRM tools out there, right? When it comes to Qualtrics, you can integrate well. Then again, comes that hefty price tag. It comes with a very extra cost. With SurveyMonkey, you have the basic integrations like Google Sheets, paid MailChimp, but often what we have heard is that enterprise grade integration capability is something which is missing from them. Well, Google Forms, it is just limited to Google Workspace. You cannot integrate anything outside the Google's environment. That's how Google Forms are. With Question Pro, seamless integrations with CRMs, right? We have even a BI tool of our own, and you can even connect it, integrate it with marketing automation platforms as well. And one thing, when it comes to security and compliance, right? Question Pro is GDPR compliant, HIPAA compliant, ensuring enterprise level data protection. That's something which we will look into next, wherein security and compliance, right? Now,
So it's so important, right? Because you're doing so much surveys, you're collecting so much data. You want to ensure all of your data is in the right place. We're talking about the cloud, having your documents in Google or Microsoft. Is it actually safe in your mailbox? Is it actually safe in your Google Drive? Is the information going to be leaked? And it's so important to think about it like, okay, my data is not in my Google Drive or in my Microsoft, it's actually in a platform. So think about what kind of data you're getting from your respondents. And the whole point is you are you are accepting, you're getting that data, but you do not want it to be leaked, or you do not want it to be um, you want it to be safe. Let's just say that. Okay.
right. And also, when running these kind of surveys, for, let's just say, we have CCPA, right? California Protection Act, and GDPR comes in when you're in the Europe region, right? And one of the new compliance for Texas specific, the Tex ramp, right? So
Mhm.
we are compliant for all of those. And our security team worked diligently to be compliant for everything. That's why we stand out in the market again. And we this does not comes with a hefty price tag. That's something which I'm coming into next. Cost comparison, right? We need to have this, whether it is value for money, right? So talking about numbers, Qualtrics is feature rich, absolutely, no questions, right? But it's way too expensive. I don't want to call Survey Monkey affordable. Yes, the way they lure you in is by providing maybe monthly subscriptions. That's something which Qualtrics does not have. We also don't have that practice. But there are platforms out there in the market that will lure you in because you only want to. There are individual users, right? For dissertation students, they only want to run their survey or fill their survey for, say, like 3 months or 4 months, right? That's how they lure you in. But then when you request for additional features, that's where the game kind of changes, and you will see the mean faces, and you will
Mm.
see a hefty price tag. That's
Um,
where.
Sorry, just gonna interrupt you there again. But yeah, think about it like, when it comes to Qualtrics, they were, way early into the market, but there's a reason for why they cost so much also. They've been acquired twice. You need to show your investors why it's worth keeping invested in the software, right? So, I mean, I've been watching way too much Shark Tank, so maybe that's where it's coming from. But think about it that way, right? If I had Laurie in my bin, there's definitely, or Mark Cuban in my bin who wants to like support me. There's a reason why Mark Cuban will be like, yeah, I need to see a return on my investment like right now. And that's exactly what Qualtrics is going to do. Like, it needs to show, like, hey, you invested in the right person. Now let's get some more money invested in me. Um, I mean, I'm talking too much finance here, but just think about it that way, right? So of course they're gonna like increase the price. Of course it makes sense for them to go ahead and increase the price based on how much investment they're getting into the company itself and how much it is also costing them to maintain you as a customer. Whereas, bootstrap company or Google Forms, I mean, when we talk even about Google Forms, it's not even their main bread and butter. So it doesn't make sense. Survey Monkey, yeah. but it's, I think the cheapest level is kind of similar to what Google Forms already has. So it doesn't make sense to me to even like pay for that. According to me, I'm just gonna be a little sus there. But the higher level, yeah, definitely price comparison. When we talk about universities and nonprofits, though, QuestionPro offers a lot of discounts for them when we're talking about these two industries. And I know this because we both work with them, right? So talk to all of your vendors, I think, when it comes to cost. Talk to all of them before you decide, like, hey, I want to go with them. Like, it's your choice, of course, but it costs money to even like create that survey. Think about it that way. Um, and then, yeah, so talk to all of them before you decide, like, okay, SurveyMonkey is what I want or Google Forms is what I want. If you just want Google Forms, then I think you should just go for it.
Yeah,
If it works for
absolutely.
you, go for it.
True. Hey, Malvika, we have a question from Rachel. We kind of missed this one. So
Oh, sorry.
Rachel wants to know how well does Question Pro transfer data to stats softwares like SPSS?
Oh, wonderfully. So we do have an export via SPSS for SPSS specifically for all of your raw data. So all you have to do is just download it and upload it into your SPSS software, and you'll be able to do. If you're looking for something like R, we do have something called as DataPad, where you can download your DataPad and then you can upload it into R to be able to do your statistical analysis. So that's definitely there for you.
Right. So now moving on, right? Something which we always post: customer support and success, right? So when it comes to support and success, customer success, you shouldn't have to struggle alone, right? When you have a question, I mean, you do want an immediate support, right? That's a reality. That's how it should be. And when you look into all these platforms out there in the market, the reality is, let's just say if you're using Google Forms, there are no live support. You probably are going to end up in a loop, just like when I call for my telephone bills, when I'm stuck in that IVR. That's how it is going to be. Survey Monkey, yeah, kind of, they do have the basic support, but the response time, ah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Talk about Qualtrics. Yes,
Quash,
support.
although does not have 24 by 7 human support, just going to point that out. And also, I worked with someone who wanted to like use Question for Panel, but use Qualtrics platform, and they had to stay on the line with Qualtrics support for about an hour to be able to answer how to integrate question per panel, like just to put the links and where to put the links. I mean, of course, she was a little bit old lady, but still, you know, I think I would have been faster to just migrate her entire survey into QuestionPro and do it for her, but she wanted to stick to Qualtrics. But yeah, she was on the line for an hour to get that through, and that was really upsetting to me. Because just think about like how much time you would spend doing everything else if you were not on the phone for an hour.
Exactly. And one of my customers has told me this, right? So I'm sure if any of the audiences who are a Question Pro customer, you know that we don't charge you for any kind of support. We are ready to get on a call with you as soon as possible, right? When this is something which I have been told, one of a previous Qualtrics user, right? They had to pay extra to get time with their own customer success manager. Can you imagine that? I mean, you have a license with them, right? Shouldn't support come with it? That's why we shine. We are ready to get on a call with you as soon as possible, as soon as we can. And we don't charge you. We are not even going to ask you to Google it. We will be there for you. And I'm sure if any of our customers are here on this call, you can say
Vouch
this.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
absolutely. And when you talked about, staying on the line for an hour, That's where our 24/7 live chat support comes into picture. You
Mhm.
put in whatever query you want to, there is a human at the end of that chat coming to help you.
Yeah, it reminds me of that just because I said it, but it reminds me. I don't know if you watch Friends, but there's this episode where Monica Geller meets the girl with the credit card, and she's like, "I watched this movie. I don't remember the movie exactly, but she said some movie, and it was so boring that I thought I could do something with my life." And
I
that's exactly what you should also think about, like how much time would I need to invest in a platform, whether it's a survey platform or any other platform, right?
true. One of friend when you talked about Friends, what came to my mind is Phoebe being staying on that call, right, for
Oh my
al-
God,
almost a
yes.
day. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have
We'll
to.
wait for
When
the license to expire to have a conversation with you. Oh my God, that would be horrible.
exactly, and that's where Question Pro shines. I'm sorry, we have to be biased. We are kind of biased, but it is the truth, right?
100%.
Moving on. So to tell you, our goal is kind of to make sure you succeed, right? Not to just sell you our tool. We will grow with you. That being said, few key takeaways kind of, I want to get into. Malvika, do you want to take this?
Sure. I mean, when we talk about cost effectiveness, of course, we are most cost effective, and especially for the two industries that are on this call today, academic and nonprofits, right? We offer so many discounts for you guys to ensure that it is as, the surveys that you're doing are important to us, as well as it should fit the little pockets that you currently have. So definitely cost effective, yes, compared to even SurveyMonkey, I think. And then when we're talking about advanced analytics, we're looking at Question Pro BI. We're looking at Tableau, a comparable to Tableau, if not more. So definitely, Question Pro wins there too. Customization, I think, when it comes to like advanced logic, I would not be biased here. It is like a hold to hold with Qualtrics, with Question Pro here. I think there's a lot of things that Question Pro can do, and then there's a lot of things Qualtrics can do that maybe Question Pro cannot do. So head to head on that for me with Qualtrics and Question Pro. Security and compliance, 100% Question Pro, because I worked day in, day out working with my security team to create hackbats and all of this information for compliance. And I know they work day in, day out to get these compliant as well. I know there are a lot of platforms out there like SurveyMonkey and Qualtrics who are compliant. But if you have, a lot of these states do have, specific type of compliance that is required. For example, when TextRamp came up, it did take us a little bit to get it. There's another one, I believe, for another state, if I'm not wrong, Arizona, and they needed something specific as well. And we got that done too. So we're flexible when it comes in terms of security and compliance. We will make sure that we're compliant to each state, each country, each, let's even say, institution, right? Because we get documents done as soon as possible. And then when we're talking about customer support, account management and all of that, it's amazing that what we do and customers of course come first, but 24 by 7 chat support. And I've had to need it sometimes too for myself. So, they're amazing, and we are, I think, the support that both of us also give out to our customers, and that's kind of put into our blood and system here at Question Pro. It's part of our institutional learning itself, is to make sure that you are well taken care of, and you can get on a call with us at any time. We have our calendars available on our websites, on your websites as well, for universities, that you can go ahead and book. and let's get the training started, right?
We have a testament for that from one of our audience. I'm going to
Oh,
put it up on
yay.
the screen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rosario. It was really nice speaking with you. I just spoke to with you last week, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Rosario. That being said, let's move on to Q&A. We did have a couple of questions. We would love to hear more. We will address that now. And if you want to learn more, or probably want to take a demo and see how actually the platform looks, please do contact us. The email is edu@questionpro.com. A few of us already have our calendar links. Uh, my name is Arun. Yes, if you reach out to the chat support, you ask for Arun or Malvika, they will direct you to us too. So let's hear. We'll wait for a few more minutes for the questions.
100%.
Yep.
Oh, I think I lost my battle for where I was supposed to be neutral. I think I was very biased. I think it's also because like we're really good. Not to boost myself up here.
No, but I wouldn't disagree to it because Rosario's words speak for itself, right? So that's why we would like to call ourselves one of the best.
I think so.
Yeah. So I think we don't have any more questions coming in. Uh, so let's that wraps up our kind of the comparison and the battle, and I hope our audience can also say that Question Pro wins here. So thank you all
I think so
for
too.
yeah, thank you. Thank you all for joining in. If you're looking for an all-in-one survey platform which is affordable, powerful, and user friendly, do contact us. Do try Question Pro.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great
Thank you,
day.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.